Hey everyone, this is Sadie with Girl Gone Wild, and it's springtime here in Florida, which means babies. This week we continue to track the progression of a nest of great egret chicks and their interesting relationship with the American alligator as they prepare to take flight. Florida is home to more than 500 species of birds. One of the most elegant amongst them is the Great Egret. Nearly hunted to extinction in the early 20th century, these large wading birds have made a successful comeback due to some of the country's very first bird protection laws.
See that plumage?
Yeah.
That was something that almost had these birds wiped out. The hunters would come into a rookery like this and just shoot all the adult birds to get to those plumes to put in the ladies' fashions, hats. And yeah, almost knocked out a species of animal for our vanity.
In the late winter and early spring, the gator breeding marshes also becomes a nesting ground for thousands of great egrets. The male great egret is in charge of finding a location and building a nest. So why would he choose a spot where danger lurks just feet below? Well, unbeknownst to the gator, the egret is using Florida's top predator as a security system, showing us a fascinating case of mutualism.
Normally in the wild, what you see a lot of is out in the lakes or rivers where alligators are found naturally in the southeastern U.S. You see islands where there are a lot of birds nesting on it, and that's because the safety of that island is because of those alligators underneath. You know, if you're a predator like a raccoon, a possum, snakes, things like that, you've got to get through those gator-infested waters to get to that island that has the birds on it, where those very easy to grab little birds, eggs are present, right? So the danger of getting through those alligators protects those birds. Well, we see the same thing right here at Gatorland, where we have this 10 acres of alligator breeding marsh where we've got over 100 alligators out here, and the birds have come to this area. This is a man-made marsh, but over the years the birds have found this area as a safe place to nest. And so the birds have that security of the alligators underneath, but the alligators can't climb the trees to get the birds, but just their presence helps to protect them down there.
Great egrets can have a clutch size of up to 6 babies at once. And while the alligators may ward off most predators, one of an egret chick's greatest threats comes from within its own nest. There are a lot of mouths to feed, and competition between siblings for food from their parents can often result in the stronger chicks killing their weaker nestmates.
I mean, the definition of a mutual relationship is that both parties benefit, right? So of course we talked about how the birds benefit from the alligators being their free security system, right? But the alligators also benefit. Every once in a while, of course, a bird will fall in the water, whether it was pushed out by sibling rivalry or just took an unlucky step and tumbled in and there happened to be an alligator there. So the alligators will sit right underneath the trees where the birds are nesting, just in case.
We've been lucky enough to monitor these birds and watch them grow from their incubation period as eggs to their first day as chicks. These babies will soon leave the nest and will be able to fly and hunt on their own, wading in the marshes and swamps and spearing fish and frogs with their powerful beaks. Unfortunately, humans remain the biggest threat to these beautiful birds. While they are no longer hunted for their plumes, great egrets, like many other species in Florida and around the world, are struggling with the loss of habitat and polluted waterways. This is why places like Gatorland that provide a safe and naturalistic setting for these wild birds to live, feed, and nest are so crucial to keeping the species alive for many generations to come. Next time, we get to meet and help out one of Florida's keystone species that can be found right in your backyard or along the sides of the roads, the gopher tortoise. Don't forget to give us a like and a share. Thanks for watching.